Are you ready for bed? Let me tell you a bedtime story. One of Greek mythology. Do you know about the god of war? Then snuggle up to me. Rest your head on my shoulder. And drift off to sleep as I tell you the tale of Ares. Long ago, when the world was still young, and the gods ruled from the golden halls of Mount Olympus, there, in the shimmering halls, where clouds curled like silk and stars whispered secrets to the gods, Queen Hera, wife to Zeus, the king of gods and humans alike, sat alone, her gentle heart heavy with pride and longing. She had watched Zeus, her mighty husband, become a father to children with mortals and goddesses alike, breaking a bond, breaking a promise they shared, leaving her with sadness and loneliness. So one day, Hera decided she would bear a child of her own, one born not from love, but of sheer divine will. And so, with a breath of magic and a spark of fury, a boy was born. And from the moment he opened his eyes, the skies seemed to rumble with distant thunder. His cry echoed like a battle horn, and the winds howled in reply. Hera looked upon her son and saw strength, fire, and a storm waiting to be unleashed. She named him Ares, and the fates nodded. His path would be one of war. Unlike his siblings, who were gentle or wise, Ares was born with fire in his heart, given to him by his mother Hera, and a storm in his soul, woven from the emotion that brought him to life. He was strong, fierce, and wild, destined to become the god we know him to be. As he grew, Ares loved the clash of swords in battle, while other gods found joy in music and poetry, like Apollo, or wisdom like Athena. Ares was captivated by the rhythm of marching feet and the roar of warriors on battleground. He would race across the heavens, stirring up conflict wherever he went. He trained with giants, sparred with centaurs, and learned the art of war from the fiercest beings in the realm. Mortals trembled when they saw his shadow on the battlefield, for they knew war had come. But Ares was not a tactician. He didn't care for strategy or clever plans. He was the storm that broke through walls, the fire that consumed cities. Where goddess Athena brought order to war, Ares brought chaos. The other gods watched him with wary eyes. King Zeus, who now filled the role of a father to Ares, often frowned at his reckless nature. "You bring too much chaos," Zeus would say. "War should have purpose, not just fury." But Ares didn't mind the words, nor the views of his critics, no matter who he faced. War is truth, Ares said, and truth is never gentle. He believed in the power of strength and passion. Remember, without them, he would not exist. Despite his fierce nature, Ares was not without tenderness. One day, as he wandered through the gardens of Olympus, he laid eyes upon Aphrodite, the goddess of love, sitting in silence, weaving roses into her silky hair. Her unmatched beauty struck him like lightning, and for the first time, Ares felt something stronger than rage. Their love was wild and secret, hidden beneath moonlight and whispered through the wind. Though Aphrodite was married to Hephaestus, the god of fire and forge, her heart truly burned for Ares, as his burned for her. Together, they danced between passion and danger, and from their union came children who embodied both love and fear. But love on Mount Olympus was never simple, especially one of secrets and faults. One day, Hephaestus, Aphrodite's legitimate husband, discovered their affair, and in anger and wrath, he crafted a net so fine it was invisible. He made a plan and trapped the two lovers in it mid-embrace and summoned the gods to witness their shame. Laughter echoed through the halls, but Ares did not flinch. He stood tall, even in humiliation, for he now knew that love, like war, to him was worth the risk. Ares often descended to earth, drawn by the scent of battle and the cries of warriors. In Sparta, he was worshipped with blood and steel. In Thrace, his name was carved into shields. But elsewhere, mortals feared him. They prayed to goddess Athena for victory, and to Ares only when desperation gripped their hearts. In the great Trojan War, Ares fought fiercely, siding with the Trojans. But unexpectedly, the great god of war got wounded. Struck by the mortal hero Diomedes, aided by Athena, Ares screamed so loudly that the heavens themselves began to shake. He then fled to Mount Olympus, nursing the deepest of his cuts, his pride. Though Ares was often scorned, he remained a god of immense power. He was the embodiment of raw emotion, of fury, of courage, and the will to fight. And in every warrior's heart, a spark of Ares lived on, never to be forgotten. Warriors called out to him before battle, hoping for courage. And even in peace, his name reminded mortals of the strength that lies within every heart. The power to fight for what matters. So, when you close your eyes tonight, remember, not all storms are meant to be tamed. Some are born to roar, to rage, and to remind us that even in chaos, there's purpose. And somewhere, high above the clouds, Ares still watches, his armor gleaming under the moonlight, his heart ablaze, waiting for the next battle, or perhaps the next passionate kiss beneath